Hey guys, in this video we are going to learn what is a lambda function in Python. What is lambda in Python? So it has got couple of properties that it's a function, it is anonymous. What is anonymous, by the way? Right? There are so many different other properties I'm going to talk about in this video. In case you do not have any understanding, this video is going to give you a complete understanding around lambda function in Python. So let's get started. Before that, myself Rakesh, and you are into my channel Automate with Rakesh. Please do support me, guys. I'm trying to bring content with concepts so that you understand the concepts pretty well. So please do subscribe to my channel and please do hit on the bell icon to stay up to date with the contents that I upload on a regular basis. Now let's get started and understand lambda. So I said lambda is a function. Okay. So before we get on to lambda, if I ask you, I'll ask you few things. Okay. If I ask you, hey, can you print reminder of two numbers, that means when you are dividing two numbers, for example 10 divided by 2, when you do, what is the reminder is 0. When you do 11 divided by 2, what is the reminder is 1, right? So how do you find this reminder? If I ask you, how do you write this? What is the syntax? A single line syntax you can write just by doing print. What I'm doing, print, and then I'm saying 10 and I'm using a modulo symbol. What is this symbol called? The percentage symbol to find reminder. You have seen in different programmings we use mod, right? mod. Similar way here, the percentage symbol is known as modulo symbol or modulo operator, you can call it. Okay, modulo operator. So this is responsible to find reminder. It will find reminder. So if I write 10 modulo symbol 2, what would happen if I run this? It is going to give me the reminder value, which is 0. If I, let's say, let me change the value, let's say 11. If I run this, now the reminder is 1. 11 divided by 2, reminder will be 1. So this is how you write. Now if I ask you, hey, do one thing. Okay, good. Now what you do, you create a function, right, whose name will be find reminder. So what you do, you use the def, right? You define and then you give it a name to a function. So remember, every function we create, it has to have a name. Can you create a function without a name? No, you have to have a name, right? Define, then you provide a name, and then you are passing the parameters. So here there are two different values. So I'll say a comma b. I'm passing the parameters. I have to write the parameters and put a colon. So this way, this is the syntax to define or create a function. Okay, very good. Then how do I write the expression? I will say return, and then I'm going to say a modulo b. So what would happen? A modulo b means it is going to return whatever the output to whoever is calling his name. So let's say, let us come out of this, and here I'm going to call the function by its name. So what I'm doing, every time I'm using a name, isn't it? I'm using a name. So here I'm passing, let's say I'll pass some other number, let's say 11 comma 3. So what should be the reminder? So the reminder is 2. So here what is happening, by calling the name of the function and passing the arguments, right? Passing the arguments to the parameters of the defined function, then it is doing the calculation and returning the value here. It is returning the value whoever has called it. So it's going to return the value. So this is how it is working. So what is happening here? We have to use a function while creating a function. What is mandatory? Function name is mandatory. I cannot create a function without the function name. What if Python says, hey, you can still do it. There is a way. You can still do it without a name. So that is known as lambda. Lambda means a function which doesn't have a name. So that is why it is called anonymous. It's a kind of a function in Python which is anonymous. What is anonymous? What is the English meaning of anonymous? Anonymous means what? For example, if I say, hey, there is some anonymous person came today to our door and he has gifted you something. Let's say the anonymous person has come and he has donated blood. That means we do not know who is that person. We don't know the name of the person. So we say the anonymous person has come and he has donated blood, right? So we do not know. So when you do not know a name or when we don't have a name, we call it as anonymous. So lambda is a anonymous function. It is a function but is anonymous, which doesn't have a name. Okay, now you will be interested. Hey Rakesh, then how that can be created? Okay, let me tell you. It's pretty simple. So first of all, I have to use a variable, because what I'm going to write is an object. It's going to pass the value to a variable, so I'm going to say lambda. Okay, so the syntax is very simple. X is equal to lambda, or any variable you take. And here, what are the different two parameters that I'll be passing? A comma b, right? Then colon. So this is what the syntax is. Okay, lambda space a comma b, and then I'm going to write the expression a percentage b, a modulo b. So what this do? This is going to take the values and going to find the remainder of a modulo b. Now, how do I pass the value? That is the next question. To pass the value, so here what is happening? This one doesn't have a name, right? It is just a function which doesn't have a name. For example, every function will have a user defined name, but this is a Python defined name. But again, it doesn't have a separate name which can be defined by the user, right? So it's lambda. So when you cannot define, you say anonymous person, right? Anonymous guy, anonymous person. So same way, here is the function from Python which is anonymous, which doesn't have a name. Okay, or the user cannot define a name. Okay, now what I will do, I will say I need to pass the values, right? So I will say result equals to, I will say x, and in parenthesis what I will pass, let me pass 10 comma 3. So what would happen, that 10 will go here and 3 will go here. So it understand x means x is combined with lambda, so it's going to send it and it will do the expression and going to print the result. So to print the result, all I have to do, I will say print, and I have to mention the variable name. Pretty simple. Now if I execute this, if you see the second output 10 comma 3, the remainder is 1, 11 divided 3, the remainder was 2. So this is how a lambda is created. Now what are the key points that you should remember? Lambda is a function. It's a Python function which is anonymous. That means a user cannot define a name to the function, anonymous, and it can have n number of arguments. So for example, a comma b, you can have c comma d, you can have multiple arguments can be passed. So here I'm passing 2 arguments, but again you have option to even pass more arguments. For example, 10 comma 3 comma 1, I'm passing 3 arguments. So same way I will create c, and then I'm going to say plus c. Let's say I'm going to do this way. Now if I execute this, what is the output? 2 is the output for this one. 1 was the remainder, 10 divided by 3, and 1 plus 1 become 2. So this is how you can pass n number of arguments. This is another property of a lambda function. And then you can only write one expression. So you can see I have only written one expression. You cannot have expression below this. Okay, this will be considered as a different one. So in one line you can have only one expression. It can be as long as possible, doesn't matter, but again it has to be only one expression. You cannot have 2 different expressions. Getting it? So that is the use of lambda function. That's all about lambda, what you're supposed to know in and how to use that inside a function. That is something advanced I'm going to teach in the next video, so please do watch. So here this is all about lambda in Python. So thank you guys for watching it. We're going to come up with the next video. Please do support me, please do support my channel. I am trying to ensure anybody who goes through my video will have a clarity in concept. They will have a complete concept of anything I'm trying to teach. That is what my objective is. I hope I'm able to deliver that. Please do support me, and please do motivate me by subscribing to my channel, and please do hit on the bell icon to stay up to date with the recent uploads that I do on my channel. So thank you guys. Till then, take care. Bye bye. We're going to meet once again in the next video.